everybody, I'm Kate May and I'm here with Michelle Sullivan and we're the Loose Mystics for today. There's normally a couple of others, but there's holidays going on and reasons why they can't be here, so you're just going to have to put up with us two today. Today's subject is angels, archangels, guides and ascended masters. And we have our own opinion on them, I hope. And we want to hear what your opinion is as well on it. So have you had experience with a guide? Have you had experience with an angel? And what are your beliefs on them? So I'm also checking your response on the laptop. So if I do look like I'm ignoring you, I'm not. I'm just checking in who said what as well, because I can't follow it there. So Michelle, do you have a guide? What's your experience with them?
Yes, I do have a guide, Kate, and I feel really lucky with my guide because my guide talks to me. So that's brilliant.
Handy.
Yeah. Yes, very handy. I became aware of my spirit guide when I was about 22. I was travelling to Australia, sat on a long journey, 24-hour journey to Australia. So I thought I'll have a go and connect with my spirit guide. And I found that back then, when I was 22, I felt a bit spooked out to have a spirit guide, so I pretended it was my nan, and that felt more comfortable to me for my nan to be talking to me. But now, yeah, my spirit guide is like my best friend.
Do you have a name for it, for him or her?
Yes, his name is Tommy. It used to be Blue, and I've noticed that my spirit guides do change.
Yeah. That's what I think. I think we're all born with a spirit guide, one main guide, and then we have a guide for moving house, for moving jobs, a different relationship, a different circumstance. I think we have different guides that come in and out for certain things that are assigned to those sort of areas. But we have our main guide that we're born with. That's what I believe. Some people, some people, it's a human thing, I think, to have a name for it, for them, and to want to know who it is, whether it's a Native American, whether it's a nun, or what. Actually, that reminds me of just something that's weird. I'll tell you in a minute about guides. So some people need, because we're human, we feel like we need to have like a name or something that we can put into human nature. But I don't actually believe that there is their real name, or maybe it's not even their real personality there, but they give us something that we can make sense of, that's comfortable for us.
Yeah.
I do know of someone, I think it was Gordon Smith, that said he had, when he was a child, he had a small child that came to him that said he was his guide or something similar. But then when he got older, the same child was then portrayed himself into a man and said to him, I've been with you all the time, but if I'd have shown myself as a man to you when you were little, you would have run off, it would have scared you. So I kind of shapeshift, if you like, but not quite shapeshift. So that's my feeling, is that they take on a human persona or something that we will resonate with to make ourselves feel comfortable. What do you think?
Yep, I totally agree with that.
So they could just be a bubble of energy.
Yeah.
Being your guide, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a name or a person, but we want to have a name. My guide, I can't make up its mind whether it's called Seb or Seth, and I've heard both really strong, so I don't know. But the weird thing is, I've had 4 different groups of people say to me that when I've done overshadowing work, that there's been a influence of a geisha girl come over me. I don't feel her at all, couldn't say, yeah, I get all that. Never ever been into that sort of thing anyway. And recently it's been 4 different groups of people, so it makes you think, or 3 different groups first of all, so you kind of think, 3 different groups can't be making up. Because I do feel, I am a bit of a skeptic, and I do think sometimes you could say anything, couldn't you? For the first time, you've got this, there's no real proof of that. But when 3 different people tell you the same thing, and it's not something quite as common as a Native American or whatever, I did start to think. And then I went to Stansted the other week, the Arthur Findlay College, had a reading, and she said to me, are you aware your guide is a geisha girl? And I thought, I am now. So that for me was really interesting. She didn't know me from Adam. So to come up with that again was just more proof.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I've not really acknowledged her. And she said, well, you need to start acknowledging her. So I am now, and I'm starting to tune in a little bit more to her. So I just want to see, guys, if you've got, what have we got here? I believe in angels and past lives. That's from Shani. Thanks, Shani. Jeanette, I do believe you outgrow your guide depending on your journey. Yes, there's her spirit guide. It's called Peter. So again, some people, a woodsman back in the 1800s, some people want really fabulous names, don't they? Really like exotic names. And then when you get John or something, you might think, oh no, it's not. But why not? Why not? And I think the same with angels. Again, I don't know. I do massively believe in angels, massively. The white feather fluffy ones, definitely. But I am aware as well that they again could take on a personality or shape or form that resonates with people. So I don't know if they're all fluffy white feathered beings here. So half of me is like, yeah, definitely they are. And then the other half is like, I'm not too sure if they're just manifesting in a way that feels nice. But I have had meditation where angels have come in, Archangel Michael, and the feeling was so powerful and strong. And I've done lots of angelic work and angelic meditations, and it definitely feels different than when you're working with a normal guide. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What do you think? What's your difference?
I had an amazing experience with an angel about many years ago, 10 or more years ago. I was doing a party in Havant, and I was sat in the kitchen, and an angel appeared.
Really?
And it was ginormous.
In the form of all the fluffy white feather?
No, not like that.
How did it come?
No, like just massive, like really big, strong, powerful energy, so tall, like as big as a house.
And you just knew it was an angel, just your feeling?
Yeah, I could see it clairvoyantly, but yeah, ooh.
Oh, wow.
It was very powerful. And then donkeys years ago, I attended the Spiritualist Church in Havant regularly. And one night I decided I'm going to try working with angels, because before that I wasn't really sure about angels, whether I thought they were real or not. And I started working with angels, and I noticed things started happening really quickly.
Yeah, I love them. I love it. My mum saw one at the end of the bed when my stepdad was dying, and she saw when she described it, it sounded like Archangel Michael at the end of his bed. And there has been lots of people, you've heard loads of stories of people saying that. I'm a massive believer in a feather as well. And I was in a park once with somebody, and we were talking about their dad, who was in spirit, and then all of a sudden we started seeing feathers. So we were like, oh my God, the dad must be around. And then we realised we were sat right on a bunch of pigeons. So I kind of took it away. But I do believe in the random feathers, the random ones where, I don't think it's necessarily an angel dropping its feather. I think it's spirit manipulating the energy, and because you're open to it, you're much more heightened to it. But it is a really nice comforting sign, and I wouldn't want to take that away from anyone. And for me, it is one of the symbols, one of the signs to let you know that you're either on the right pathway or that spirit are listening to, if you're going through a bit of a challenge, just to let you know that it is all right there. I'm just having a quick look to see who else is...
I've also seen angels in a form of just pure white light, like a star, in my bedroom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What about ascended masters? I'm not too clued up on ascended masters. I think it's like a hierarchy in the spirit world where I'm feeling like where you have the boss here of a whatever, then you would have it there. And I know that when we're in spirit, some people say everyone's the same level, but I think without making someone better than someone else, their development must be deeper or more experienced. So that would bring in the higher, the ascended masters. I think I haven't studied it properly. I'm just kind of guessing. Richard's nodding as well. So our producer's nodding. So I must be on the right page there.
I've had an experience with ascended masters. I was doing a evening in a flat in Paulsgrove, and it was very, very sad. A young person, only 15 years old, had taken their own life. And there in front of me appeared a face in the wooden floor of Jesus.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God.
So that's like that's a port, isn't it? Is that like an apport when they would manifest something within?
I'm not sure, but I felt like it was needed because it was such a sad time. Yeah. And I was the only person to see it, so I said to somebody in the little audience, we was only in a flat, come and have a look, but I think they thought I was proper crackers. And another time, I was doing healing in my living room, and the person was laid down on the healing couch, and I was stood there
As a
doing
mid.
healing. Yeah, that's it. And they actually said to me after that they saw Jesus.
Really? See, I can't remember exactly the exact ones, but my great nan, I remember my nan telling me my great nan had an experience with Jesus, and one of them they saw at the bottom of the bed, one was outside the window, and one was down in back of the garden when you'd had the toilets at the back. So that might have been my great nan. Then my nan told me that my great nan had that experience. Then my nan said that she had her experience with one of those stories with seeing Jesus. And then my mum told me that she'd had a story with Jesus. She'd seen him. So as a kid, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to see Jesus. Because all three, my mum, my nan, my great nan, it's going to be me next. And I never had it, never. And then my other nan saw it across my brother's shoulder. He was in North End. They were crossing the road. And she saw Jesus over his shoulder. He was about 20. And she said she knew that he would always be all right from that. So it skipped me. I was gutted. It went on to the others, but it skipped me. But I am a believer, definitely, in that. Jeanette says, she saw an orb go past us. Oh, that's cool. I've seen coloured orbs orange when I was away. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Jan. Hello, Bino. Thank you all for joining us. If you can give us some likes and some hearts, that would be cool on our page as well. So those that have commented, and Jeanette has done so far, if you've got any other experiences, or you want to ask any questions, sorry, I'm kicking you there, any other questions to do with angels or guides, how do you find your guide? That's quite a common question, isn't it? What I'm saying is, anyway, if you want to get a reading at the end from Michelle or myself, then you have to join in, basically. So send in your questions, send in your experience, and we will pick. Jeanette's winning so far to get a reading. But how do you normally find your guide? What do you normally tell your clients when you see them and they ask that? Do they ask that?
What, their guide?
Yeah.
How do they find their guide?
Yeah.
Normally take them on a meditation to find their spirit guides.
Yeah. Do you ever get them when they say, can you see my guide, while you're doing the reading?
Oh, right. No, not too often.
I have had it a few, and the answer is sometimes you pick up something, sometimes you don't. You can't make it up. Sometimes you're drawn, not often am I drawn to talk about guides in readings, but probably in the million readings that I've done, probably 5 times I've actually and then been able to say it, which has been confirmed. But I'm not a massive guide picker-upper. But yeah, to find your own guide, meditation, and the best way is, for me, would be just to sit in your own power and just to sit in the quiet. Don't bother with a guided meditation. Just sit in the power and stay focused in the power. Try not to go, don't have any music on, try not to go off on a daydream, try not to go shopping. If a thought comes in your mind, let it come in, but let it go out. Don't hold it until you build up enough discipline, really, to stay in the power. Then you know when your guide comes in, you kind of sink into a little bit of a altered state there, if you can stay there longer, and you can really connect to the guide that you've got, or guides, whichever, and start building a relationship with them. That's what I find. Since I've been doing the sitting in the power, which I love, I'm sure it's what it's like when you die. You don't want to come back, do you? But the communication you get from yourself and within, finding, it's the High Priestess card, isn't it? Listening to that inner voice, you can really do by sitting in the power. So you don't necessarily need to go on a big guided journey or pay someone £1 million. You can actually go within and find it. But I also feel if the timing needs to be right with everything. So if you're in a bit of a mess and you've got lots of things going on, you might be too vulnerable. That might be when you need it most, but can you be quiet enough to close your mind to be able to get in that focus, or is your head going to get involved? I don't know. You might have to ask for other signs.
And a lot of people say they go hot, don't they, when their guide's around, or cold, or tingling, like I've got right now, tickling on my nose and tickling on my head, so I know my guide's here.
Mine comes in on the side of my face. It's like a pins and needles on the side of my face there, but I have to go quite deep usually to pick it up. I can't, when I'm chatting like this, I'm not really in the conscious mind. So you've picked it up quite quickly. Mine isn't. It comes in too subtle. Either that, or I'm not switched on enough there. Pauline White, I have seen spirit many times. Are spirits sent by guides? What's your answer to that? Are spirits sent by guides?
Are spirits sent by guides? I feel that our loved ones are just very much around us, very close. So some people say yes, they are sent by guides, but my feeling is they're always very close, just a thought away. Who's asking that?
Pauline White.
Yeah, so Pauline, I think you just send out your thought to your loved ones and they're there immediately.
I do think guides have a little bit of arranging to do. My feeling is there's about a 2-week delay up there. So what's happening now, they arranged 2 weeks ago, and the guides would have an interactive shuffling about up there to make sure that people in the right place, to make sure that you were free to do this today and that you weren't going on a date as someone else is, or you're not on holiday as someone else is. So I think they kind of organise orchestra things to make sure, and I think that's what guides do as well. So they would have an interaction with spirit people as well. But again, on that, I think there's different levels that you would need to be up in the spirit world before you can start being aware of that. Don't know. People are seeing lots of orbs floating around us, so that's cool. Yeah, dust. Yeah, Richard says dust. These orbs are buzzing around you both. It might be worth looking back on your video and see. We will do.
Wow.
We will do. Angie Wrigley, I'm not seeing any, but sense things. Yeah, a lot of people sense things more. So you're working with your clairsentient more than your clairvoyance, perhaps, Angie. And with all the different clairs, so if you do sense and you want to see, for me it's a bit like going to the gym and exercising a particular muscle. So if you go and work on the arm muscles all the time, you're going to get really strong arm muscles, but your leg might be really weak. So with the clairs, you could really strengthen your sentience because you're using that all the time, but you might not strengthen your clairvoyance. So you may have to go back to the spiritual gym and start practicing on working with your clairvoyance to strengthen that muscle. Does that make sense? So yeah, normally you would have 1 or 2 clairs that would be stronger, sure, but to get all of them working, if you do want to see spirit, if you can work with one clair, it is possible to work with the other clairs, but you might have to go to that spiritual gym and work it out a bit more. What do you think? What's your strongest?
Clairaudient.
Is it?
Yeah, clairaudient, clairvoyant.
Yeah, I think clairvoyant is mine, definitely. I get a bit of clairaudience and clairsentience. I'm not good at the clairaugustance, and I'm not good at the taste at all. I had that very, very few. And the knowing, Claire, I can't pronounce it, cognitions. The knowing, the droplets and the information, we just know something quite good at that. So I've just had a private message, I'll answer that later. Heidi says afternoon. Oh, Pauline, another orb. Okay, so thank you for your comments, guys. We're going to give you a couple of cards. So Michelle will go first. If you want to pick a card for Pauline.
Okay. Pauline, I was wondering if your mum was in the spirit world. I was feeling earlier.
It's difficult with these because they don't answer straight back. You've got to wait.
Okay, yeah. Right, so I'm picking a card for Pauline. Okay, Pauline. I want to say that you've been through a real tough time where you felt like shutting yourself away, not opening the door or even the curtains to anyone. But now that is behind you and you're rising up now like the phoenix, ready, and you're feeling really strong. If you're not feeling like that yet, Pauline, that is literally just around the corner for you. And it says here that you're a real thinker, a real thinking person. Well, I think that's a good thing, actually. And I'm getting the feeling for you that you've been thinking about writing a book. Pauline, do it. Go for it. Moving into calmer waters. It says here, feeling powerful, step into your power. You can do anything. Thank you.
I like it working with you because normally I work with people that don't really know the Rider-Waite that well. So it's quite refreshing because that's pretty much what I would have said. So it's quite refreshing that that you know what the card means. Now I'm just going. I know I'm reading for Jeanette. So here are Jeanette. You have the Page of Pentacles, Jeanette. So this is all about working around money, ideas, be it having to be practical, and it's because pages are either a young person, so this could be an earth sign, so a Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn that's got a strong influence around you, or it could be that you're you're at that early stage of thinking about new work, new opportunities, but having to use your practical head for it. It's usually a good positive card. It is usually bringing some good news around you, but it's all very much at that idea early stage. So whatever it is that you're looking to do, Jeanette, it is a good card to say, be practical and start putting your ideas together so that you can take it on a step now. You might be offered work, you could have somebody around you that is going to be coming up for work opportunities as well. But the main message is about being practical and thinking about ideas where you can have material gain coming in around you.
Oh, Pauline, your card was the Six of Swords.
So I'm just trying to find out where we are on my page, and then I can get to another card. Thank you, Alison. This is our Alison.
Oh, hi, Alison.
Okay. Do you want to pick one for Emma?
Yep. Oh, Emma, you've got a wonderful card, one of my favourite cards in the pack, actually. And I'm feeling that if you're worried about anyone's health, Emma, there's no need to worry. Things are looking good and things are very abundant for you right now. I could do with being you right now, I feel. So you're feeling prosperous in all ways. And your card is the Ace of Cups here. And the Ace of Cups talks about new beginnings, maybe new relationship.
Could be a ring on your finger, Alison.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Emma
even. Oh, I'm thinking
Or
of
Alison.
Alison. Emma.
Emma.
You're all right. Oh, Emma's already got a ring on her finger. So maybe there's a ring on someone's finger, Emma.
Or Alison.
Oh, Alison. Okay, Beano. This is Beano. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Beano, you've got the Chariot. This is about hard work paying off, success and victory coming around you. It's indicating to keep going. If you've had a few struggles and a few uphill struggles at the moment and you're thinking about giving something up, this says don't. It says that, actually it's a June card for me, so it's around about now that success and victory is yours. There's more harmony, there's more balance. Anything to do with house moves, anything to do with movement is successful and much more positive. And you should put your wishes and your dreams out to the universe because they're listening right now. But don't give up on things. Your hard work paying off, and victory and success. Should we pick a card for Alison as we got that confused?
She put back what?
Yes. What? So ignore that last. Do you want to pick one for Alison?
You pick one.
I'll pick one for Alison. Yeah. Okay. Money is still the money. Now I know what Alison's job is. Alison's our accountant, so I know about her job. Now this is about money, Alison. It's also about sharing out of money, a bonus, a payout. I don't know if you're coming into some money at the moment, but it's indicate balance with it, paying off debt, getting things organised, and being in a position to have harmony and balance with your finances. If we take it out of finances and you look at relationships or any other health, any other area, it's all about getting that balance, and it's all about doing things fairly and not giving too much time to other people as well, making sure that if you are giving time to other people, helping people, that they give it back to you or that they help themselves. Everything is around balance within relationships, getting that balance and making sure that everything is done in a fair, practical manner there, and that no one is sort of 70-30 in a situation. Well, my hands have gone really hot as well then, so that indicates as well that I know about your health, Alison, but that indicates just healing coming in around you as well. So guys, Emma just says, thank you, not feeling so prosperous at the moment, but hopefully that's coming. It was a really good card, Emma, Ace of Cups. You kind of know the cards a little bit. It was a really good card. And it says your cup is overflowing. It's a happy one. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. If you keep an eye on Spiritual Productions, who's produced this for us today, on their YouTube channel and Facebook channel, you'll see lots and lots of different things that they've got coming up and things that they've already done. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do.
What's yours called?
I'm not sure at the moment. I'll let you know next time.
Okay. Well, follow me on Kate May Modern Day Mystic, and keep an eye on my page, Kate May Modern Day Mystic, and Michelle Sullivan.
Yeah, I know my website's www.michellepsychicmedium.co.uk.
That's good. Mine's www.cakemay.co.uk. That's the plugs over. Thank you very much, and we're back again in 2 weeks. We're going to keep this rolling in 2 weeks, and we'll have another subject. So if there's something that you want to know about, something that you want to ask us questions, or that you want us to investigate a little bit more, then just drop us a message and we will do that for you. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye.